Rolling. Hey guys, I'm in Rio de Janeiro, making this little message to send to you all in Montreal for a conference that's happening at the end of this month. I want to thank CISO, who Zahir told me has organized this conference, Centre International de Solidarité Ouvrière. So thank you guys. So here we go. Where to start? All right. 1943, my birthday. And 5 years later, before I was taking much notice of anything, 1948, which is one of the dates that we are not celebrating in 2018 because it is the 70th anniversary of the Nakba, the implementation of the Zionist colonial settler movement in Palestine. And yes, there is a country called Palestine, and it was called Palestine then, and it's still called Palestine now, and it is still there. It is occupied by another power, but it still exists and it's still there. And that's why we're all here this evening to not celebrate the Nakba. In Paris in 1948, the fledgling United Nations got together and came up with a document that was called the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And it was signed by almost everybody. We, the people of this small, fragile globe, could all agree that all our brothers and sisters all over the globe deserved equal human rights under international law. We are celebrating that, although it has never been implemented. As I travel around the world, as I do, doing musical shows, not one night goes by that I don't speak, at least to some extent, to the audience, albeit sometimes briefly, and I remind them of 1948 and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And I ask them this question. I want all of you in this audience at some point are going to have to look into your hearts and decide whether you're for universal human rights for all our brothers and sisters all over the world, irrespective of their religion, ethnicity, or nationality, or not. I have something to say to, did I go out of focus? To your Prime Minister, if he is still the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. Because I'm sure he would be one of those people who would throw his hat in the air in applause at the mention of universal human rights in Paris in 1948. I'm sure he would. But he is also one of the people who cherry picks which human beings should have human rights and which shouldn't. So Justin Trudeau excludes from that general declaration the indigenous people of Palestine, who have no rights at all, no civil rights, no human rights, no political rights, no right to self-determination, no right to their olive trees, no right to their land, no right to their water, hardly even a right to the air that they breathe. So, Prime Minister Trudeau, either you are for human rights, in which case we applaud to, or you're not, in which case we condemn you from the bottom of our hearts, because we're for them and we care about our brothers and sisters in Palestine. Speaking about brothers and sisters, my friend Dimitri Lascaris, who is a lawyer in Canada, I'm not sure where he's based. I think he's based in Toronto, who recently has come under attack with a smear campaign from B'nai B'rith, which is Jewish organization in Canada, where they've been trying to silence him by accusing him of being an anti-Semite. That obviously is an accusation that is leveled at me constantly. And in fact, as I've gone around the world, I find it difficult to get the mainstream media to speak to me at all. Because they've come under pressure and they make their minds up not to. Well, Dimitri came under a lot of attack recently, and in support of him, I did put up one tweet, which was to the aforementioned Prime Minister of Canada, to say, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, can't tell the difference between a human rights activist and an anti-Semite. All right. So I'm repeating that tweet here now. Pressure, pressure, pressure. You cannot let these, we cannot let politicians get away with this bullshit. Either you believe in human rights and all those who are active in support of them, or you don't. You can't have it both ways, right? Dimitri Lascaris doesn't have an anti-Semitic bone in his beautiful body. He is a good man and true. What he does believe in, as I do and as you all do, is human rights. If any of our brothers and sisters in Israel or in the occupied territories in the West Bank or in Gaza get to see this, we will never stop. We will always be with you. We will, all of us, do everything that we can until our dying breath to free you from the occupation, to accord you the right to self-determination that is agreed is due to all peoples all over the world. We will never, ever, ever give up your struggle on your behalf. We love you. Trudeau, never mind. I sometimes this makes me angry, but most of all, it makes me proud to consider myself part of the great BDS movement that expresses our total commitment to the idea, and I've said it umpteen times during this interview or during this monologue, I'll say it once more, who believe in the basic civil and human rights for all our brothers, irrespective of religion or ethnicity. So I'm there with you in spirit. I wish I could be there in person. Zahir, love you, babe. All of you, thank you.